There's never been a better time to be an American muscle car enthusiast than now, because now you have more options than ever to customize your vehicle from the factory. Take this Camaro SS, for example, because this particular car has a lot of very cool Chevrolet Performance optional goodies installed on it. So, let's see if it's worth your cash. A lot of the upgrades on this car are visual upgrades, and clearly this is a visual feast for the eyes. I mean, just look at this white out Camaro. The Arctic white paint is contrasted by these black and red stripes, this carbon flash accent package, these big 20-inch wheels, and don't forget the huge ZL1 1LE full carbon fiber rear wing on this thing. There's just so much happening here. The Camaro gets a bit of flack in the muscle car community as looking a bit dull, a bit tame, especially compared to the current Mustang and Challenger. However, with these visual upgrades, in addition to the upgrade General Motors did to this car in midway through 2019 with the more aggressive fangs in the front bumper and the updated taillights, the overall look has a lot more visual punch. I'm a big fan. Under the hood is the venerable LT1 V8 engine. That's a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 that sends power to the rear wheels via a 10-speed automatic transmission in this case. The setup is good for 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque, though the optional Chevrolet Performance intake and exhaust might bump those figures up just a little bit. Every time I hop into the interior of a current generation Camaro, it feels like I'm getting inside of a bunker or a tank. I'm situated way down low, and the door cars and the dash are way up high. In addition to that, the windows are very short, so looking out of this vehicle is quite tough. But it is very charming in its own way. Take, for example, those token back seats. Sure, they are technically seats, but no one with legs can really fit back there. Though, on the up and up, the interior materials on this particular car are excellent. This contrasting red and black leather with the red stitch looks and feels really special and really spruces the whole thing up. Like with every car, there are ups and downs inside the Camaro, and one of the notable flaws inside this thing is the lack of storage space. Take a look around. There's no storage space in the door cards, the glove box is minuscule, and the center console is absolutely tiny. I can barely fit my cell phone in here. It doesn't even close. It's that small. Okay, now it closes. It's that small. To its credit, the Camaro is largely devoid of bloatware and unnecessary tech, but it does have a few goodies inside. This particular model has both heated and ventilated seats, as well as automatic climate control, which is very nice. Less nice is the infotainment screen, which, for reasons unknown, is unnecessarily tilted down, away from the driver and towards the ground. Tilting issues aside, I do actually like this infotainment screen in general. You see this in all the new Chevrolet products at the moment. It's really nice. It's fluid, it's quick, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. It's really nice to operate. Oh, how I enjoy being back behind the wheel of a Camaro SS. This is truly the best driving vehicle in this segment. When you get this thing on a winding road, it simply blows a comparable Mustang or Challenger out of the water. Though perhaps I'm extra smitten today because the Chevrolet Performance optional exhaust just absolutely screams on this car. I mean, just listen to this thing. It's this nice hearty roar, and you get the cackles from the exhaust as you lift off the throttle. It sounds so charismatic and so charming and matches the brash exterior of this particular Camaro. Of course, a car is more than just its engine, and fortunately, the bones underneath the Camaro are part of what makes it so good. The driving dynamics of this car are just excellent. It seems like irrespective of what Camaro model you tend to choose, even if it's the entry-level turbo 4-cylinder or this brawny V8 SS, these cars just feel stuck to the pavement. It may not have the most communicative steering in the world, but you absolutely have a great sensation of what those 4 super-sized tires are doing on the road. And it also helps that this particular car has the optional Chevrolet Performance Big Brake Package by Brembo. These huge stoppers are 6-piston front calipers and 4-piston rears with absolutely enormous 2-piece rotors. It looks right off a race car, and it feels like it too. The brake pedal is immediate and firm and confidence-inspiring. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, this particular Camaro SS has the optional 10-speed automatic transmission, a $1,600 option. Now, while I am a die-hard manual guy, and in particular I love the 6-speed manual you can get in the Camaro SS, I can't deny this 10-speed box is one of the best in the business. It's quick and responsive and keeps this thing in the power band. Just look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Click, 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 right through the gears. It's really nice and sharp. Oh man, I really do enjoy the LT1 V8 under the hood of this Camaro. In addition to the absolutely brawny sound and the hearty acceleration, it also helps this thing actually somehow has the best fuel economy in its class, besting both the Ford Mustang GT and the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. This thing can somehow manage 27 miles to the gallon on the freeway. A very impressive feat. Now, it's worth noting this particular Camaro SS is not my favorite of the bunch. It's not the SS1LE. So this car does not have the fancy Magna Ride shock absorbers. The combination of the firm suspension, the stiff body, and the fact we're rolling on big 20-inch wheels means it's just a little bit stiff, as you can see, especially in this bumpy canyon road. Though I will say it does handle these bumps and these juts in the road better than the Mustang GT with the performance pack would. It feels pretty planted and pretty well sorted. Now, I bring up the Camaro SS 1LE because to me, it's almost the biggest competitor this particular Camaro has. All these Chevrolet performance optional goodies, they're awesome, but the as-tested price of this otherwise $43,000 Camaro SS is $63,000. And for me, I think if you're an enthusiast who wants a really sporty Camaro experience, you're probably almost better served just getting the $50,000 Camaro SS 1LE with its fancy shock absorbers and the big wheels and tires and the big brakes, and then just adding any little extra goodies or niceties you want to add after the fact. In addition to the competition within, there's absolutely competition in the form of the aforementioned Ford Mustang GT with the performance package and the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. All three have big, burly, naturally aspirated V8 engines. All can be had with manual or automatic transmissions, and all three can be bundled with a variety of options and packages like this car has. The difference is in the personality. The Challenger is very relaxed and happy to cruise. The Mustang feels a bit more frenetic and on its toes. But this Camaro SS just feels hooked up to the pavement. It feels glued to the road. Now, when talking about the competition, we also cannot ignore the price of these three vehicles. The Ford Mustang GT is the cheapest of the bunch and starts at just under $36,000. Then there's the Camaro SS, which is $37,500. And at the end of the pack is the Challenger Scat Pack, pun totally intended there, which is almost $39,000. Of course, as you've seen here, this car is $20,000 worth of options. So beyond that base MSRP, it's totally up to you as to how you want to configure your ride. So check your prices carefully. So the Camaro SS is a ton of fun, and it's made even more fun on top of that when you add these Chevrolet performance goodies. And if you want to learn more about this car or its competition, click the link in the description down below. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have some more fun in the corners.